And welcome to the first installment of EQ with JAH. That's me. So I want to do a quick introduction. Basically, EQ is emotional intelligence. It is my heart, my soul, my life, and it's what everything that we go through every day. It is the elements of what makes communication. It's the formulas to what makes our interactions, and it's our everyday know-how of doing versus knowing and acceptance and everything else in between. With that said, just a little about me. I have worked in many fields, from animal care to human care to hospice care to behavior work, everything. I'm also an intuitive empath as well as clairaudient, which means any sound, any noise for me personally has a message for me that is coming from a divine source, as well as I'm clairsentient, which means that I feel how I see. So there's some people who feel something and they see it differently. I can literally see my emotions. I can see other people's emotions. It's a really crazy gift, but I love having it and I appreciate the journey. So with that being said, I have a lot of friends who come to me for a lot of different questions and aspects on twin flame relationships. It's a very hot topic right now. And I wanted to touch on it because I wanted people to understand that they should not go into it just assuming that it's just a romantic relationship. Let's say this first and foremost. Anytime you decide that you are going to willingly step into a divine union of any sorts with yourself, in a relationship, in a business, in a partner, once you say, give it to source, I am here, I am yours to be used how you want to use me, as long as I get to be a part of the privilege of having gratitude and empathy for who I am and where I am. That moment of clarity and speech defines that you're on a spiritual journey. Once you decide that you are truly indeed on a spiritual journey, there's no going back. You are signed up on that train. It ain't stopping for nobody on no stop. You literally have to hang on for the ride and get off where you get off. With that being said, a twin flame journey is not possible to find your actual true flame relationship or soulmate partner if you are not putting in the work when it comes to self-care. That starts with shadow work. Let's say I'm in a relationship and I get pissed off all the time that they leave the front door open. It has nothing to do with the front door, but there is a sense and element of control that I feel I need to replicate in my relationship. May it be a pattern of belief that came from my parents or a culture or religion or something that told me I'm supposed to do it this way, even though emotionally and vibrationally it's my own path and source to follow. Understanding that when you go into a twin flame soulmate connection, you're also doing that on a much higher vibration beyond just the relationship aspect. You're also vibrationally attracting the money you're supposed to have in that partnership. You're also attracting the friendships that you're supposed to have in that relationship. You're attracting the home life that you're supposed to have in that relationship. You're attracting the type of stability for you to actually own that moment in time to assert you to a new vibrational timeline where you exist. Now, may it seem futuristic or crazy or however people want to put it, when I say timelines, let's say I'm outside and I'm hanging out with somebody and I sip the bottom of my juice with the straw. Someone says, I hate that. I hate that sound. I hate when people do that. I don't like that. La 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 la. And you're looking at them like, okay. In that moment, you can go about your day and go about your life. And then all of nowhere, you sip again. Someone says the same thing. And in that moment, you snap. You know what? I don't give a about how you feel about how I drink my juice. Now, this person was just joking. This other person was serious. But because the emotions of the unresolved situation or opportunity per se that happened of learning, we saw it as that's who I am. I'm still pissed off. I haven't let it go. And we can take that same person, something so small as sipping out of a straw, and carry that for 20 years, and then that becomes some new pet peeve of ours. That's how conditional pathology works. It's assuming that because we left it there that day, that it was resolved. Any type of disagreement, discord, or misunderstanding that you have in this energetic life path, growing up with your parents in the 3D form, and so forth and beyond to your grandparents and to your future children, they will carry that timeline with them until it is resolved. This is called a chromatic family timeline. You can also have chromatic twin flame relationships. These are usually go hand in hand. If you have instability or things that you have not worked through from childhood, let's say you witness your parents getting into an argument. One yells, the other one walks out, they slam the door, that's that. They have an understanding that when they come back together, that they might resolve it. That is their journey to discover. But you as a child witness this yelling and leaving, and then when you get older, instead of sitting down and having a conversation, you get up and walk out, or you yell until the other person is not heard. This is old paradigms of time frames that are conditionally passed on to children and passed on to the next generation. So anytime that you go into this twin flame journey, either fully aware of this and unresolved, or unaware, unresolved, or resolved and aware but not working on it, you will meet the person who is vibrationally at the exact same timeline and place of understanding that you are. Now, within this moment of understanding, that means that you do have the opportunity to be with your twin flame in this moment, and you guys can divinely create. But it's only if you know that you're able to meet your partner here and here and here, because it's going to be a constant ebb and flow of teaching, as well as an understanding that what they have learned at the time that you have learned it doesn't mean that they're going to always vibe up and align. And that means that one of you at one point in the relationship, over and over and over interchangeably, will have to be the one that helps support the other until they find stability next to you and get their own feet to do so. And it's going to flip-flop and be the same for you. So this is where, if the union comes together at a time where you have unresolved shadow work and timelines that you have not taken the time to go through and really process and break. I mean, you have to go through a ton of ego deaths. It doesn't matter that I'm tall or people say that they think I'm attractive. None of that means nothing if I don't love myself. None of that means nothing if I don't appreciate my height. None of that means nothing if I, the person who is part of the quantum creation field, creating these realities that are given to me through perspective of other people's emotions. Because remember, when you wake up and someone tells you how their day is and that makes you feel good, well, their perspective of the day made you feel good. You have yet to even walk down the street, but you're saying it's a good day. I think that's a pretty amazing energy transfer, don't you say? Just like someone could start the day off and someone pisses you off. And then because that person's pissed off, you don't know why, but hey, they transferred it to you, and then you're pissed off and you might pass that karma along. Now, depending on where you are in your journey, sometimes this is necessary because it's going to get you to your path closer. There will be things that take you off what you feel vibrationally as yourself, but it's giving you an opportunity to say, am I indeed open and permeable to learning? Can I see past my own digressions and my own insecurities to understand that the reason I am vibrating to a type of environment or a type of situation or a type of person is merely because I'm not allowing myself to open up energetically to the whole of what the universe is trying to give me. Because sometimes, again, I've gone through situations where I had the man, I had the job, I had the home, and then nothing bad, but the job gone because someone decided to sell it. All right, got the man. The man and me were happy, but energetically they were honest with their soul and said, hey, I don't see myself here with you. And I had to swallow that. It hurt, but it was still in a loving way that I still had it taken away. Same thing with living situation. The place just ended up closing, so I had to move. So here I am on a journey of no man, no job, and no home. I could really find a way to be depressed about that. But what I did was I saw an opportunity that was, hey, I got a nice severance pay. I'm single and ready to mingle, and I have no obligation holding me to the state or place of where I currently exist. That means now I have opportunity to meet a new person, I have opportunity to find a new job. I have opportunity to set new roots somewhere. Because remember, on this journey, we are going to be a constant reflection of a seed. And once that seed grows from the roots up to the trunk, to the trees, to the leaves, and becomes whatever fruit or nut or seed that it represents, then it has more seeds, and they get spread and blown by the wind and rain and environment and things that we don't control, and you just have to go where nature takes you. Simply go where nature takes you. And that becomes your new soil. You don't have a choice in it, you don't have a say in it, but what you do have is free will. Free will allows us to make decisions based on opportunities that could serve us and protect us or destroy us and hinder us, but both are a constant duality of growth and teaching us you can be here or here, but you still have to end up back here. That is what it's all about. That's what transformation journeys are for. That's what the ego deaths are for. That's what the shadow work is for. Because when you get to a place when you like, I've been through this already, and it's like, have you learned your lesson though? That's the clarity of, yes, I have, and I appreciate this moment of gratitude, and I appreciate this moment of stability to see that I'm capable and able of true and real change. This is how you become aligned with your twin flame soulmate journey. Now, again, remember, the type of energy that you and this person will create is solely based on your ability to see what you can create and give back. Because a twin flame can be chromatic, but chromatic again is only a reflection of where you did the work and where you are. A soulmate is saying, you know what? Here's your free pass. It's not the twin flame. It's not the twin flame soulmate, but it's a soulmate. It's a person who will protect you and support you on this journey as best as they can to their ability of how they know how to love you based on the needs that you said you need provided. A soulmate will do that. No questions, nothing asked. They will love you. You can and will love them back and feel energetically safe with them. But there is a level of basis where you will know it's not your twin flame. It is not the person that you are meant to change the world with, because that is the purpose of a twin flame journey. People throw the term out twin flame a lot. I simply call it a power couple. If two people who are independently successful on their own and have done enough work to know who they are, not only do they work past the soulmate and past the twin flame journey, they step to a new level of tertiary creation called a twin flame soulmate relationship, which is we are a power couple. And the universe has something for us to do together. May it be just coming together and having seeds that we send on to the next generation, and they teach something grand based on the emotional intelligence that we gave them the generations before. And then that third generation after that, they're the ones that change the world. This is how universe and spirit works. It's not just about our ego three-dimension journeys. We are here experiencing a time frame that we've experienced many, many, many different times with the same type of emotional development based on where we stepped into last. So if we respect this and understand this, then we can say, I see that my purpose on earth is to heal others with my words and to be a leader, and understanding that people have to step forward for things to change. Now, if I meet another partner who believes this way, that energy together unifies an unbreakable bond that is infinitely, infinitely saturated in love and compassion and respect and just true companionship. This is why so many people want this relationship. This is why so many people are seeking it. But with that being said, seek because you know it's a desire. Do not seek because it is a want. If it is not a desire which you know you deserve, it becomes a want which you feel you need, and that is something that is based on the ego's inability to recognize how happy it is at the point in time it's at. So understanding this helps you get a better grasp of where you are in the twin flame journey. Now, me, myself personally, I can see things and feel things and move things around in my life that energetically I know don't suit me, and then I know what does suit me. And then there are some things where I know this probably isn't going to work, but there's a reason I'm finding out why this doesn't work. And walking into it that way It's faith. Remember, if you add faith with what's the word I'm looking for? Faith plus doubt equals beliefs. I don't do beliefs because if you have the opportunity, example being, well, I really like that, and I think that this is a good opportunity to make us all grow. Well, I don't believe that's going to make us grow. What is that saying? First of all, grown people don't make excuses, they make solutions. And if you're not bringing me something that's going to help solve the problem, I don't want to hear from you, okay? But with that being said, when you say, I don't believe, do you believe you can see? Do you believe you're breathing? Do you believe that you can swallow? Do you believe that you can walk? All of these things are things that you don't control, yet they happen on their own. But do they need you to believe it for them to be real? Absolutely not. And this is the point of beliefs. This is saying, God, I don't trust you until you prove it to me. And God's looking at you like, who am I to prove something to you? Ain't you breathing and believing and thinking about stuff that I helped make the mechanicism for you to breathe and think to believe that you control it? This is part of an ego death. We control nothing. The words I'm speaking to you are pre-thought. Based on the emotional drive that I'm allowing to give to deliver this message, it is still all pre-thought. I don't know what I'm going to say until I say it. But emotionally, I know what I feel and what I'm trying to intend. The implied intent is very, very crucial and important to the everyday journeys that we are going on in order to attain a twin flame relationship. I wanted to make this again because I don't want people walking through this life thinking that these journeys are easy. It is not easy, but it is most definitely worth the practice and the time that we put in. It is most definitely worth the energy of loving ourselves to understand we are past believing, honey. It's only faith plus knowing, which is creation. If I have faith and I know, it creates. I take a seed, I plant it, eventually with enough water and sunshine, it's gonna grow. And if not enough water and sunshine, it can still find a way to grow. That is faith. And when you put faith in your passions, then you create something even grander, which is that sensibility of purpose. Having a life's journey and a life's purpose that align with the functionality of who you are in this ego. Because again, without a reflection, a mirror, or something saying, hey, this is what I look like, I have no idea what I look like. I can only know what I think and feel. And what I think, it only comes from the heart. The heart mind is our gut intuition that says, do you think that if we have to question it, it's the right idea? If it comes from here, that is heart mind. If it comes up here with, I don't know if it's going to work, remember last time, all this, that is the ego mind, and it's implanting doubt and fear. And it only does this because that's what it's been taught. It doesn't know anything else except survival, which, like anything else around you, it knows I have to protect myself some way. We don't have claws, we don't have long, sharp nails or teeth or whatever, so we have to protect ourselves with our intellect. So to ever say that something is logically based is only part of the part of the conundrum, because the rest of that is it also all logic comes from emotions. So if you emotionally understand this, then logically you can work through your emotions without allowing the old time frame, paradigm, or character that you used to represent interfere with the show. Because at the end of the day, when you step on stage, honey, and you walk in front of people, it's a show. And whoever you choose to perpetrate or replicate or put out there becomes the template of who you are. And this is how you attract who you attract, and how you attract what you attract. And if you're like, oh, I don't give a fuck, I do what I want, and anybody can come near me, and then anybody come near you, why all these goofy people come near me? Because you said anybody. You didn't say who can come near you. I say, no, I need people around me who understand themselves, who understand life, who love life, who know how to have a conversation past the tangible things that are given to them, but the things that are unknown that we don't understand. Put me around successful people. Put me around people who want to try. And lo and behold, guess who I attract? People who put in effort, people who want to try, people who believe not in what they disbelieve, but believe that they can see past their own disbelief. Because it can be a double-edged sword. You can believe to not see, or you can believe to see. That is the part. One side is faith, remember, the other side is doubt. So the only thing you're doing when you're believing or you have beliefs in something, you're standing in the middle and you're not choosing anything. And you don't have to choose anything. But to say that you openly don't know means, then why even put it on the plate? If you can't chew the fat, then don't put it on the plate. So it's more about resonating in that space of, I know what I understand. And what I understand is that I am here, I am present, and I am aware. This becomes the faith of, I woke up yesterday, I woke up today, I have faith that I'm going to wake up the next day, because that is just how it goes. The belief comes in when we start to doubt, well, I woke up today, but do I feel like really doing that tomorrow? I don't really know. You don't have a choice. Even thinking that way puts you in a realm of a place where you don't control anything, and you set forth your day of, I don't belong here. So vibrationally, any money, career, relationship, anything, you're going to repel, because it all is an attraction system. This is law of attraction. If you say, I don't want to do that, or you start planning ahead for things that haven't happened yet, then two things happen. Either it doesn't happen or it does. That's it. And you don't have any control in that. The one thing that I said before earlier in the video is the only thing that we control is free will. And free will is like a freaking genie. You can wish upon a wish as much as you want, but if you don't put it on the right path, the journey itself doesn't matter at that point, because it will continuously change every time you change your path. Remember, the path itself is the thing that's driving you. The journey is everything that happens along the way. We don't control the journey, but we can choose which path we go down. And I just want you guys to remember that if you're going to choose this twin flame relationship path, it is one that you have to take extremely seriously, because it is a journey purely based on love, purely based on empathy, purely based on forgiveness, purely based on a life where you never have doubt about nothing. And I say never. You can question it, but doubting it takes away from your journey. And there's many and many a times where my brain wants to doubt it, and I say, nope, not our time, not our journey. You can disbelieve it if you want to, but it's still happening, so go for it. That is the moment of saying, I live past theory and I walk into function. When you stop living in theory, it gives you an opportunity to walk into the ability to help, to attain, to see, and have a purpose that is grander than the things that you've been given. Okay, that was a great introduction. At least I feel so. So this is just me getting started. I wanted to start putting content out here because I have a lot to say, and people ask me a lot of questions, and I was actually pretty hesitant about it at first, because I'm like, I don't want to be answering questions all day. But then it's like, but Juwan, you do it all day anyways, so it doesn't matter. I've already picked the path. The path is going to say, yeah. That's part of your daily journey, but the rest of the journey gonna happen this way tomorrow, because we already know this path has been set up for you. So if you want to have questions, leave them down in the comment section for me. If you just want to talk about life, feel free to hit me up through my email. Everything's down in my comment section, my Patreon account, my website where I do my healing services. Everything you can find there, guys. I hope to bring you more amazing content. I hope to get more interactive with you all. Please feel free, again, just be yourselves. Be out there, be vocal, because when you do that, you learn so much more about this life and journey that we call an experience, and you actually get to experience it. All right, loves, I love you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. Beso, beso, besos, beso, beso, besos. This has been the Chronicles, or segment, or episode. I haven't figured it out yet, but this has been EQ with JAH. All right, bye, guys.